Pew, pew, pew! Today's project is this guy, a metal robot welded out of found objects. Check it out. So I was spending time with family a few weeks ago, and we happened upon a flea market in a small town in Georgia, and my nephew found this little robot made out of valves and plumbing supplies that he really liked, and he looked at me and he said, "Hey, can you make this for me?" And I said, "Yeah, I could do that." And he said, "But you got to make a YouTube video about it." So, which I thought was hilarious, that he didn't just want the thing, he wanted to see the thing being made. So here we are. You know, we've got things like, you know, bolts and extenders and spacers and cable ties and electrical connectors, really big nuts and bolts. Like, look at that, that's just cool. I'm really excited about this. So this is my welding station that I'm going to use to sort of weld the parts together to make my little robot guy. I've got my flux core welder and the nozzle and some fire retardant. I'm not a great welder, as you'll see, but it works. I make it happen. One thing to note as I start welding these steel bolts and nuts, these are galvanized steel, and technically you should be wearing a respirator when welding galvanized steel. But I figured since it was well ventilated and I was only doing little tacks, it's probably gonna be okay. But don't do as I do, do as the professionals tell you to do. I am definitely not a professional. I think I've got the basics of the legs done. It's got like kind of a robot style feet, and then got this kind of swivel hip thing going on. Not sure how stable it's going to be. I've got some ideas on that, but we'll see. So now for the torso. I was getting very frustrated welding this project because with the hood on, it's really dark over here in my welding station. So I was able to get this little guy from the store. Now I can actually see what I'm welding. Because here's my hood. It's dark in there. So now with that light, man, everything has changed. All right, back to it. I've got the legs and I've got the makings of the torso. It's coming together. Got this hand with like a spinning robot-y thing. Not sure what I'm going to do for the other hand yet. I like where it's at. I think it's a good start. I'm kind of stuck on what to do for the head. I'm stuck, actually. I think I may have figured something out. So I've got this bolt, I've got this spacer, and that could be the makings of a head. That might work. Got his torso attached to his legs, and I got his head attached. Now the problem is, his legs stand up, but his body obviously is too heavy. He stands. I love it. Time to attach the jetpack. So here he is. He's got his little toes and his feet and little rocket things in the back of his leg. He's got maybe like a bazooka in his chest. His right arm is articulated and has this little spinny thing. His left arm has this little sort of maybe like a blaster or like a, I don't know, some kind of like little probe thing on it on the end. And then on the back, he's got his little jetpack. And I love that he's got this, it almost makes him look like he's got a little hat on. I think the next step, I'm gonna just clean him up, get a little bit of the slag off from the welding, and maybe add a few extra details, but he's almost there. The next thing I'm going to do is just give it a little bit of brown to make it look like he's been in battle and like mud or something or grime has gotten on him. So let's see how that goes. Maybe I'll do a little bit of black as well. It's like motor oil or something. Some grime on that bright red. Take it down. A little matte finish. So here he is, my little found object art sculpture slash action figure man for my nephew. A little more difficult than I expected. Welding little tiny parts is just really fiddly, and it's easy to, you know, push them out of the way. They get out of alignment. And also it's kind of messy, as you can see. It's like hard to get a clean bead on little things that you're just kind of tacking, especially with a flux core welder. He's really cool. He's got a lot of character, kind of IG-88 meets the Rocketeer, which is kind of what I was going for. So hope you enjoyed this one. I'll leave you with some beauty shots of this guy, and see you on the next one. Whoops.